With this equation, we are going to find the zeros, determine the multiplicity of each zero, and determine if each zero is a cross point or a touch point. The first thing you need to do is change f of x to a zero. Then, according to the zero product property, one of these factors has to be zero in order for the equation to be equal to zero. So you set each factor equal to zero. Then you solve for x for each one. So if I take the square root of both sides for this equation, I simply get 0. For the second equation, if I take the cube root of both sides, I simply get x minus 4 equals 0, and so x must be equal to 4. And for the last equation, I add 1 to both sides, and I get x equals 1. So my three zeros are 0, 4, and 1. Since the first zero has a degree of 2, then this is a multiplicity of 2. Since the second zero has a degree of 3, this is a multiplicity of 3. And since my last equation has a degree of 1, then this is a multiplicity of 1. And then remember that if you have an even degree, you have a touch point. That means your graph is going to touch the x-axis at that point and then turn back up or down. And if you have an odd degree, then your line is going to cross the equation, your x-axis at that point, so that is a cross point. So our first zero, which is 0, will be a touch point because it has an even multiplicity. Our second equation has a multiplicity of 3, so it's an odd. So it's a cross point because it's an odd multiplicity. And then the third 0 has a multiplicity of 1, so it is also a cross point. So I have 2 cross points and 1 touch point.